A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. It's barely covered in steam anymore. It's your face in the mirror, adorned with the expression. A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. It's barely covered in steam anymore. It belongs in the new, the third decade of the current century. Enough time had passed from the failure of the revolution that, for a fleeting moment, free market economy seemed like the ultimate, uncontested way of life for our species. Things were good. It was smooth sailing. People made gold and champagne for Revachol, your city, out of the dazzling swirl of disco music in an open-air boîte de nuit somewhere in Revachol West. Guillaume's blonde mane appeared on the screen. He sang some bullshit. Then he made the expression. There is a vast ocean of time between right now and the expression. Looking good on you, or anyone. 2 decades, if the calendar is to... You have some understanding of the near history of disco, plus the trivia. Everyone loved it. Maybe you thought some of the stardust would rub off on you. Maybe it did. Either way, it doesn't have to be. You can swoon over Guillaume and his champagne-corked smile whenever you want to. Maybe some of the stardust will return. The door is closed. The woman in an RCM patrol.
I would really prefer not.
A patrol officer is the lowest rank in the RCM. Below.
Okay.
Yes?
Look at you. It's because you're a failure. They sent you to Slight, Precinct 57. Just think about it for a second. You're a raging alcoholic who showed up 3 days late and argues with his necktie. You weren't sent here to win.
I've considered it. It would be immensely ugly of them, not to mention unprofessional. But I also think I checked the records. This jurisdiction dispute, who polices Martinez, reaches back to the 30s. It's as old as my station. And all this time we can't decide who gets Martinez? I think, yes, both stations would prefer a win. Safe? No. But you're old. You've made it this far. Something has brought you through. We've only just started, so no, I don't think they sent you as a joke. And even if they did, they are in for a surprise.
The woman in.
I would really prefer...
A patrol officer is the lowest rank in the RCM, below lieutenant and sergeant.
I don't know. I mean, why would I want to talk to you? No, you're not. You're not the only cop in the world.
Something changes in her. It's
Okay, fine. Let's talk. What did you want? What precinct?
Am I from? God.
Fucking deranged lunatic.
You're getting an intellectually unsatisfying vibe from this conversation. Maybe you're doing something wrong.
You look like shit. And I don't mean that as a metaphor.
Like undercover?
Well, as far as disguises go, this is one of the best I've seen.
Oh, come on, Jean. It looks like it's been...
It's not just this week. What you want?
There's something about this guy that matches with a face in your head. A similar but different face. You know what it is. It's like the two of you know each other. Just ask.
Oh, I definitely know you.
Another life.
Yes, from another life. A different life. Maybe the life. To what station do you think you would belong in this alternate and totally fictional reality? Okay, that's plausible. That's entirely plausible. Now we're really getting somewhere. Somewhere good. Okay. Let's be crazy. Let's say you and I are partners. How's that for a thought experiment? No, because in this thought experiment, we are police officers in a police station. We don't do crimes.
Come on. Stop it.
Oh, no. You see, I enjoy watching other better cops solve crime.
This isn't helping.
You're not going to believe this, but yes, sir. Solving crimes, locking up bad guys. Just some regular boring motherfuckers in suits and uniforms. Nothing spectacularly extravagant like you. The far out... Oh, it's you eccentric genius. I mean, with your unorthodox approach to police work, it has to be you. Not even a little bit.
It's an urban myth about an officer who is so far undercover he can't remember who he is. As I said, just an urban myth.
He's trying to protect you from further rough handling. Okay, yes, you get the job.
Neither can I, partner. Neither can I.
It's a mere second, but it feels like you saw something. A gram of compassion in that sadness.
I'm not getting involved.
It's not my style, he thinks. glancing at the man in sunglasses.
Watch out for yourself.
Okay, the man with the sunglasses and his hypothetical Station 41. Weird, right? There's something missing here. Something you can't put our finger on. You know what? Just ask him. I know it sounds crazy, and you'll probably get laughed at. Yes, just cross it off the list.
Again? I can't believe this shit. I'm going to say no, just to see what you'll say to that. What'd you say? Okay.
Jean, he's...
Okay, I was clearly wrong. He is a firefighter, male nurse, animal control agent, something of that kind.
Oh, hello, dear. There you are again.
Can I help you? Got the 20 real? Then why are you wasting my time?
I've got nothing to say to you. Why are you wasting your time? Aggressive? You make your living enforcing.
So you were spying on us, and now you
Listen, you moral intern lackeys. You're a mob, enforcing the unlawful.
Fuck yeah.
So ask what you came to ask, or get back to your commanders. No one is emotional here. Do your job.
A rusting control panel with loose wires dangling out. You grab the handle and pull the lever up. As soon the water lock starts moving.
Okay, if we ever need to get to the coast, then this is the way. But please, contain your wanderlust for now.
Focus on one thing. Achieve it. A banged-up motor carriage lies half submerged in the icy water, slowly sink. It must be cold and lonely down there.
My guess is it started its journey from the plaza, where it backed through the fence. I agree. We should definitely invest.
You get a sudden sinking feeling. Stomach acid comes up as you look. Why the doom and gloom? It's just a sunken motor carriage. Some motor carriages are bound to end up in the sea. The motor carriage is properly stuck in the ice. Getting it out, the logo is too deep in the murky water. You can't make it out.
The ice hasn't closed around the vehicle yet.
The estimate is correct. The incident,
Let's wait for the low tide.
great idea. Then we can get the things inside. The joyrider must have left a joyrider jacket. You feel a strange connection to this joyrider. Maybe he's from some kind of joyride.
I don't know. An hour or two, tops?
As you sit down in the old, nothing but the sound of seagulls high above in the sky, echoing like distant laughter. Ice cracks around the blue motor carriage in the sea.
Yes, it does. Let me think about it.
Spit flies from your mouth.
Raining heavily here, Chief. Mind keeping it down a bit?
The lieutenant must think it's rather funny. He smiles and quickly turns away.
That's right. Just
With his lips puckered, the lieutenant lets out. You hear the sound echo. Okay. The clouds pass in the sky, and the shadow of the swing moves like the hour hand on a timepiece. Looks like this might take a while. Time to present a good topic for discussion.
Well, historically, leeches have been used to prevent and even cure.
Clouds on the horizon grow darker, and the shadow of the swing set keeps climbing. You hear the distant rumble of the city. 30 minutes pass.
Luckily, I am already a member of an independent organization, and therefore do not have to choose between a rock and a hard place.
Your voice echoes on the water, strange and out of place in the environment. 30 more minutes pass.
Detective, I've been able to make out the mark ever since we arrived. I find it is a simple and rugged machine, favored by working men, government offices. Yes, 41.
Does he know something about the driver of this vehicle?
I'm sorry, Harry.
41. Precinct 41. You feel like you're about to faint and fall. No. Just no. Say no to this, Harry.
I'm afraid so, yes. It looks like you drove your police motor carriage into the sea after you jumped across the canal.
The lieutenant adjusts. There is also a fourth thing you've lost. More precious than the gun, the badge, and the motor carriage combined. Lost forever into the deepest.
Detective, we don't. A rescue operation really isn't viable at this point. I'm afraid it will have to be there like that for many years. Look at it. Parts of it might be salvageable, but overall, this machine is a write-off. People are more valuable than machines. Training a police officer is even more costly. Yes, let's go take a look.
police badge on which you see the photo.
At least something good came out of all this.
Encased between two durable plastic sheets is a bluish card with, you see, a photo, a name, a rank, a document number. The man keeps winking at you with his green-grey eyes. The photo, but the badge is new. You used an old photo for a new badge. 8, maybe 10 years. The guy in the picture, what do you think? His face is already contorted by the expression. It looks better on him because he isn't in as much pain while producing it as you are now. Don't be fooled. Wake up the past and the badge in your hand.
The lieutenant is a rank above sergeant and below captain. It's the highest rank in the RCM that still does field work. I am a lieutenant. The title of Yefreitor is added to your rank when you decline a promotion to a higher rank. In your case, captain. You have declined twice, thus you're double. There are many reasons one would do this. The rank above you in your precinct's décomptage might be taken, or sometimes promoted office, and sometimes they just prefer the type of police work available.
Heavy-duty case-solving machine.
Décomptage is the hierarchical system, and
The countdown is modeled after the dual leadership.
the lowest rank is junior officer, usually teenagers. Then there are the patrol officers, kings like satellite officers.
The long and short of it is, you're his superior.
You are given the title of satellite officer if your partner is quickly promoted through the ranks and you rise with him. You don't seem to be a satellite. No, I've been putting up with you because despite it matters more than driving your motor carriage into the sea. And now we've even...
He trusts you, for now. Such a small yet precious thing. Expensive pay.
Harrier, that's long for Harry. So you are Harry. Evrard was half right. Probably not a lot of people know your full name. Whoever told him you're Harry Dubois didn't. It's a wartime name, revolutionary. The kind mothers give their sons during troubled times, like Undying or Boxer or Ironhide.
It's meant to keep you safe. From bullets, hunger, shrapnel, kidnappings.
Pleased to make your acquaintance, Harrier Dubois.
He's not going to call you Harrier. He'll keep calling you officer when he's angry with you. The badge in your hands shines.
That's just the serial number. Revachol, Jamrock, 4 months ago. I'm guessing that's when you were... A new badge usually comes with a new rank.
The pain in your chest tells you the case created a lot of edge you have to take off. You're pretty sure you weren't doing well. A lot can happen in 4 months.
I remember that time. That was a good time. We had a good work-drink balance going.
Yes, it's the designation of your precinct. 41, like mine says 57. The 57th is mostly industrial harbor. A lot of asphalt. It's a tough station to work in. You have all of Jamrock to cover. That district should have...
It's no wonder you are.
But then again, it's a legendary district, and a hell of a station too. It must be an honor and a curse to work with people like Price, McCoy,
Roberts, Feuerbach, Dimitri. Suddenly, names from you. And you? Is it an honor to work with you? The badge in your hand shines. These are some wonderfully regular pants. Not too tight, not too loose, moderate in every sense. I know you do. You're a little more moralist now, buddy. A little more normal. The worn and beaten wooden plank.
We can sit on benches after.
You can revisit the bench if you ever need to.
You're not sure about the melody.
Welcome to the fishing village. Please lean in closer. I have cataracts. I still have a golden ear. Oh, welcome, police officer.
We are not here to cause.
Trouble? Say the second thing, Bratan. Shows you got style.
Oh, of course. Last time we saw you around here was 12 years ago. No, not you personally. I meant the RCM. Some of the men got into a fight. He was brooding, needed some help opening the door. You got it open for him and took him to...
She says it as if he was on some kind of spiritual retreat.
Oh, the usual.
That's you, all right. A black hound licking your own heels.
You're not. No one around.
Maybe they are, because you're an ill omen. But you're still welcome here. As long as I'm sorry there's not a lot of room to park the motor carriage. And not a lot of houses. Ah, look at me ramble on. What brings stay? Who's that said? If lodgings is what you're looking for, I've got a free room in the shack. I won't charge you for it. Take it as a gesture of goodwill from the village to the RCM. No one is using it, and God knows it's not much anyway. You can stay there. Don't make an old woman regret opening her house to the place.
Well, if you are not in the hostel in the morning, I'll know where to find you.
He's a little relieved you're no longer in that room.
Finally, you have those lamos of matinees off your back, Bratan. This looks like a great place to bring chicks.
Just us. It's barely a village anymore. We almost don't exist. This is pretty much a non-place. A gap.
The place is so pornographically poor, it's not even funny.
Well, there's Lillian and her kids. A few new folks live in the house. And then there's the drunks. Not a pretty sight, but there's little we can. Sooner or later, you'll see for yourself. Don't have to look long to find these guys. Here, for you? No, officer. The only money we have here is some coins the drunks try hiding from their women.
She nods, rinsing another.
Not much. There's the abandoned church, the DeLorean Church of... Some things just don't fly, officer. Look around. Who'd go to church here? They built it 300 years...
So, they don't hold...
No, they've tried, but things just keep happening. Crime, accidents, other things.
She's not telling you all she knows. Keep her talking.
Well, there's that music. Music from a... And now, suspicious-looking people are sneaking out.
Interesting. Perhaps the mysterious music.
Before you get to the church, there's some ruins. An apartment. I don't know exactly. A pre-war place. It used to be something. Of note, the old fish market up on the boardwalk. But it's closed. No one. That's why it's closed. Now, what? You're one of those real estate people used to be a supply depot, we think. Sending goods, and now you know everything there is to me. No one. Just an old washerwoman. Now it's your turn, Mr. Quite a handle you got there. So many titles. One of them double.
The door has seen better days.
I'll wait outside to give you some time and privacy to check out your new... After we are done with the day, I'll still be staying in the whirling in rags for the...
The key turns with a satisfying... An old mirror hangs on the wall. You see the reflection of your face in it. The bed is comforting. The scruffy-haired the other one looks indistinguishable from him. He watches his brother kick the stone with the stone-kicking one becomes...
He looks just like me.
The boy doesn't answer.
You're bad with kids. Maybe I am. Now, how about some actual police work? We are not getting anything here.
The kids don't reply. The scruffy-haired
Mister?
She clutches a small stuffed animal. Occasionally, she twirls it around.
Oh,
Where did you get this?
Found them when Lemmy and I were playing hide and seek.
She doesn't want you to think
I hid them. The twins were gonna take them.
We're going to need those gloves.
Oh. They're in my sandcastle. Behind our house. Under the sand. My mom's outside. And I don't really know about my dad. Yes. They look the same. They look identical. It's a grouse.
You might be able to get on Garth's good side if you replace the broken skewer you almost certainly broke.
I don't know. Sure. I mean, you already took it. I don't like it anyway. It looks angry. It's Lammy! He's my friend.
Lambie is a stuffed lamb that, admittedly, has seen better days.
Lammy usually doesn't like strangers. But you're also fuzzy. Bye!
Hi, officer. Anything I can help you with? The name is Lillian. People call me Netpicker.
Ask her about the cool sword. Helps to break the ice.
Sure is. The sun, I call her. Coated with a fresh layer of tar just yesterday. It'll take... Aye. Sunny days. You got a problem with that?
No, ma'am. We have...
Good. It would have been bad news had it turned out...
There's a moment's silence. She looks at the slushy snow melt.
Go right ahead. Let's see. Who are you looking for? I don't think I know what these are. Care to elaborate? Aha! Like snowmen. Two odd guys have been wandering around here, nose in sand, talking nonsense about snowmen and the like. I don't really know. Further down the peninsula, I guess. I mean, that's where they were heading. Who else are you... Well, how can I assist you then, officer? Unfortunately, the factory sold this one with a 3-year warranty instead of a story. It's to intimidate folks, mostly. Not really. I know some basic moves, and I know it sure as hell beats a knife when you're... It's a regular mass-produced sword, like a shovel. From time to time, people need a lesson in respect. That's just the way it is. Back in the day, I caught the eyes of many men. And believe me, men need a lesson in manners from time to time. Some went to patch their wounds, their lesson learned. Others were more thick-headed. And one of them, I ended up marrying. Come. To the waves. The sea took him. It was a long time ago. He didn't respect the sea. Went out there, drunk like a skunk and Now, before you tell me how sorry you are for my loss, know that it was 4 years ago.
She really likes those muscles, though. It's in the way she pronounces sinewy.
Us working folk don't have the luxury to be bedsick with melancholy. I buried him. Life didn't really change that much for me and the kids.
This is neither a touchy nor a very... She looks like she's ready to go on a date with another, better drunk.
Do it! Hit on the widow! It's the right thing to do!
Like I said, fish mostly. Sail the waves, take care of the kids, pick nets. Right now I'm tarring a little skiff. Sometimes I also walk to the beach to see what the sea has given up. The sea is full of surprises. Wood, pieces of glass. Every once in a while we see dead bodies. Human, animal, bottles, drugs also. Lost cargo in general. Most of the time.
All right. Major choice moment. You only get to ask one thing. It would be weird to say them all. Choose wisely.
And go where? The fish are plentiful here and we get enough orders to get by. It's not great, but it's something. Exactly. I don't mean to complain about my sad, pauper life. We do manage all right. We're tough people here.
This is it, the scene of the party. The fire pit. Cigarettes and empty bottles all evidence it. Looks like they were here a while, judging from all the bottles. The sunken motor carriage provided them a focal point.
Looks like it. Hey, let's keep moving, detective.
Somehow, he doesn't want to. There's no way to listen to the tape without a working tape player. But even just holding the tape makes a pawn shop. A pawn shop. Rust peels off the bent iron posts of the swing. The wind whistles through, yet someone used to live here, laugh here.
In this yard?
He's assessing the situation.
Someone thought they could have a summer house in a bloc obscur, for cheap. It didn't work out. A black bloc, a part of the city left unrenovated after the war, or one that has fallen to gang violence.
On aerial photos, bloc obscur.
Practically, it's not an official term in any way, but look around. No sewage, broken power lines, crime, drums. Life is tough in the blocks. It's no place to build a summer house. Yes, and you picked it up because you're a post-apocalyptic scavenger who collects trash.
It's not meant as nagging, just an
We should move. I don't think we will solve the murder with...
You stop mid-step and
That bottle, Bratan! Just look at that bottle! You should care! I'm getting a very special vibe from that. Don't you call her? Yeah! Don't you call Abigail? Uh-huh. Abigail.
never thought you'd see such a thing in your life. But this guy's a little too drunk.
Don't call Abigail!
The man hiccups, then mumbles something unintelligible. He snorts and beckons you to lean in. He waves his hand as if shooing you away, all the while murmuring.
There's no use in yelling at drums.
The drunk man, he does not sound well at all.
Don't you fucking call her! Hear me! Don't!
There was little chance he'd be a...
Hey, Tequila! Good to see you. How's business? How's the whole So what's happening? Yeah, Tequila Sunset.
Good. These people know your true name.
I like this guy! You should too! He respects you by calling you your true name!
It's good to hear that you're on top of things. Talking about used to, did you... Sadly, things aren't going that well in Idiot Doom Spiral Land. Haven't...
Idiot Doom Spiral, huh? This is bound to be a good, high-concept conversation.
We are safe...
Please!
Okay, we're drinking. We're drinking out. So now, it's you. We've met before.
No, you sure don't.
Aha.
Tequila. Tequila Sunset. Something ominous there.
You think you feel bad now?
No. You need the wisdom.
Suit yourself, Mr. Sunset. You too, Tequila...
Good to see you, friend. Do I have deals set up for you, buddy boy? So what do you want? I've got smokes. They're cheap. Very cheap.
See? There it is, Bratushka! The spirit, it's our end game! Snap out of it, Bratan! This is no time for melancholy introspection! It's time to buy that spirit! Bratan, you don't understand! It's not just another drink! You have to buy it from him! Get it off him!
The lieutenant looks at you, looking at the bottle of spirits, then at Rosemary, suspiciously.
Hi, by amphetamine I mean speed. Sure did, buddy boy. That's why I said amphetamine. I mean speed. Good, my man. Now what can I offer you? Oh, the system's been... You see, friend, man makes his own luck. Bought cigarettes, bought beer.
The hook. Where is it? I can't see it.
Permit? Who gives a shit? You want to buy something? See, friend, it's real valuable. Worth every real, if you catch my drift. Got it from a bit of a business venture. You know, it's funny actually. What? This guy. Oh, this is medicinal spirit.
He ain't shitting you! Medicinal spirits are a
I got one of those scientific ampoules a few months ago. Torpedo, they call it. It didn't stop me for shit, that's for sure. 5 lemons with half a pack of butter and you're good to go. It was. In a week, the goddamn kidneys started giving me all kinds of help. Those arseholes charged me 4 real to remove the damn thing. But I came out on top after all. The idiots left me alone in there. Now, I used to teach high school biology. I know what doctors use to preserve dead thingies. Swipe 3 cans of this blue medicinal stuff from the back room. Threw the snakes out and voila. What's 2 I already sold to these fine gentlemen here. But this last one is yours for 3 real, if you want it.
Don't say it.
Yeah, you thought right. Don't even try to sneak anything past old Rosemary here. I got all senses locked on you, buddy boy. So what will it be? Aye, that's what I said just now. 300 real. Don't you try to trick me, bud.
You acted with great compassion and dignity. Not.
So what do you want?
His tone is aggressive. The alcohol boiling his blood causes the agitation. It burns.
In the civilized world, the legend returns. You know, finally came to your senses, buddy boy. Ain't nobody else gonna give you a price like that. Had to let life squeeze you to get that, huh? Sure, friend. A bottle of high-quality spirits coming right up. That'll be 3 real. The legend returns. Just make sure to enjoy that.
Bratan, I am so proud!
The tie is so on the money there. Up the bum it goes.
Who said anything about putting it up there? No! We're gonna put it into a way more special place.
Soon. The time will come soon.
Yes?
Weather has not been kind to Lily's little sandcastle. The once mighty towers are quick. The walls and floors give way to the giant's greed, collapse and present you with...
Congratulations. That's the gauntlet.
A metal payphone under a yellow... You hear the tone. The machine is inoperable. Someone has left an unidentifiable article of clothing on this rail. It's streaked with dried seagull shit and tan. It seems likely that it was left in the surf until someone laid it out on this.
Please tell me you're not taking that with you. It's a guano-encrusted jacket, and you're...
smell. It's awful and familiar. Don't you recognize it? That hideous pungent something cold. It is death. It must be. The lieutenant has all. There's some tear, an empty cigarette package, and a crumpled kebab wrapper. 2 empty bottles of.
A tragedy.
He shakes his head with genuine sadness. A man lies on the boardwalk, his limbs bent and neck turned at an unnatural angle. Half of his body has slipped between the cracked boardwalk, starting with the right leg. The fall has left him broken, contorted like a sad puppet.
Hold on. Lividity is faintly pronounced. Whoever this is has been dead for 2 days. No longer.
Another dead body. Calm now. Carefully, he's wearing mud-caked boots, beige trousers, and an old brown leather jacket with a bright blue lining. There are traces of kebab sauce on his chest. You find some sunflower seeds and a rain-soaked library card folded into 2. His
Good. We should take a look at that library card after.
The man has fallen through a crack in the boardwalk. You have to be quite inebriated to fall that bad. Or maybe it was. His expression is dull, like the sea. Height, 170 to 175 centimeters. He was confused when he died. He was just about to head home. That's what the chewing gum. There's some dried blood on the metal bench, right where the a dried chunk of blood covers the hair at the. This is where he came out of himself, drop by drop, when he was unconscious.
I don't see any other major wounds, do you? Seems like the head wound was fatal.
They screech under your feet ominously. It's hard. He could have easily disappeared into the sea through that hole, and you would have never found him. A .75 liter Toulouse. It's mid-market spirits, with a slight touch of
tear all around us. I'd prefer if you didn't collect them this time. It's not proper.
True. It feels disrespectful. Grabowski spearmint chewing gum. Green leaves on the cover. The man's mouth is half agape from the terror of the fall. The blackness of death.
He ate the whole pack, right? It's to cover the smell of alcohol. Before. I've seen it before. Almost the same scenario. Even the chewing gum. It's always.
The entire boardwalk creaks in the wind as you take.
Looks like one of the locals. He'd have to know this, but that's just a lazy assumption.
At least this man knew how to party. Imagine that this is an omen, a sign from above. Don't start drinking again.
Well, at least you're not married.
Or what?
But let's try to not run ahead. For now, death by misadventure. He slipped and fell through the boardwalk. A truly unfortunate accident. If it wouldn't have been for that bench, he'd be alive. No, I don't see anything that points in that direction.
Agreed.
It does seem to be a pretty straightforward. From where I stand, I can see 2 options. We either take the case and follow the leads to identify the body on our own, or we report back to the station and leave this for our colleague. A field autopsy isn't necessary if the cause of death. I'd say we should just write down head trauma in the autopsy report and leave it at that. It would save us at least, maybe, but we don't really have much time or resources to spare. The guys at processing will take care of the rest. Alright, we should first examine the...
There's some tear. Whoever tossed it here was a red Astra. Is the. You see traces of mayonnaise. It's no older than a day.
Mikhail noticed the windows, especially with how there are no windows on the south side. You officers, come to investigate the historic subtext of West Martinez? I'm Tran Heilostam. You must...
Nice to meet you.
Oh yes, so Mikhail. They had to deal with monitor glare, especially in the summer. They still had... Yes, hypertext, young carp, and the collection of cultural hyperlink. No, I can't say that we've met before, but I've heard of Kim, of course. Mikhail, say hi to the office. Mikhail's a little tired today. We spent all night trying to run Orbis on his radio computer. Have you heard of it? It's a programming language used in Grad. Quite tricky, but he wanted to play this Grad-made adventure program. But I assume you're not here for giant worms when there are so many real things to see. Just as I was telling Mikhail before, this is where the...
This man is your half-brother. Wow, get a load of this guy. He really enjoys his trivia. The Orbis programming language was named after its inventor, Victor Orbis, a cybernetician from Grad. They run Vox in the Occidental countries.
No, thanks to you for having me and little Mikhail here.
You see, a once bright mural. The remaining windows rattle from a strong gust of wind. They're covered in a thick layer of grime. They must have been like this.
No, I won't even try. I had a partner once. They called him Eyes, because he had to show me things. It's...
This partner of his, Eyes, things...
Well enough, actually. It's odd how that works. I'm no...
Go. Nice and easy.
There's a cylinder on the ground.
Who's there?
Is that the police?
Don't worry, Gary. To what do I owe the pleasure? Of course. Thank you for passing along the message. That damn...
The 881 is a raised motorway that separates Martinez from Jamrock. The labyrinth.
Oh, good. We should really be...
Did he say we can go?
Yes, Gary! We can go soon!
Sir, you're...
I just have to do one more round. See if the phasmid has taken the bait. Then we're going. Well, first of all, it's damn difficult to find, which is why we've been knee-deep in the reeds lane. Good question. Being a phasmid of the order Phantasmodea, and I suspect it's my hypothesis that it happened, but I cannot describe.
Yes, it makes...
I'm expecting it to be quite giant. What?
Seems puny, to be honest.
Typical rookie assumption. Even simply catching a glimpse of the Insulindian phasmid
would be
very little, I'm sorry to say. No, not yet.
Just out of curiosity, if there's no...
I know it's real. By which I mean, I've heard enough first-hand accounts to believe quite firmly.
What would it be like to grasp and hold onto something you think is next to you, or just behind you, like a trace of vapor you exhaled one spring morning?
Yes, the most recent. It's the first credit. I have to resist the thought. Such an extraordinary creature is doubtlessly highly resilient.
He means asexual reproduction. The females of the species don't need to mate to produce viable eggs. This makes it...
And it shouldn't. Nature does not concern herself with ethic. Well, they may not look impressive, but Lena designed them quite... Yes, Simple. At least, that's locusts. Nearly all...
Inside the traps, a number of locusts, a meat-eating stick insect. Does it pretend to be the reap?
Thank you for your opinion. We have also included plant material in the... They'll work, I assure you. The predatory... Yes. What? And I'm eager to return to her. My wife understands that. Just...
Come on, Morale. We've been soaking out...
And leave the traps? Absolute...
Come on. She wants us back. I'm soaked up to my nuts over here. We'll both catch reed crabs if we don't dry out soon.
Of course it's important to her. She's seen it. Yes. That's how we first came to know one another.
Needless to say, you must ask.
Suffice to say, it's long been our dream to find proof of the Insulindian phasm. No. The traps need to be...
He's dead set on this.
I didn't expect you to take such an interest in our work here, officer. Yes, indeed. Both require a great deal of research, attention to detail, and about... There are 4 in total. One is to the south, on this little... Another we set in Land's End, to the northeast. The third is set near the canal, where you crossed. But you should check at least one of those before returning to this one, since I...
That seems like a lot. Do we really have time for this extracurricular event? Is it?
If you think it's important, you have been right.
That's highly unlikely, officer. But in the event you... It's made of musk and research chemicals. The pheromone should attract the insect to you, or at least prevent it from bolting at the sight of you. It's quite a wise choice.
I hope you're not buying this. He dispenses it without letting you touch the canister, so it would be precious like holy water.
It is precious. A single... Bring it to me at once. Just make...
Right. Which means you two can pack up and...
Whatever he thinks about this detour, it's clear that these men are exhausted.
Finally!
Thank you for your help. Gary and I will start breaking...
If it's more cryptid-related business you wanted, but what if the information is vital?
I've just always liked animals and puzzles. Searching for... It's not child's play. Just because I have to traipse through the mud every so often. No. Very few cryptid... Of the list of cryptid, 2 are categorized as... Yes. The Chateau... We cryptozoologists are brutally honest with ourselves. More so even than the public. With cryptids, most cryptids are hoaxes, indeed.
He has clearly done his math on this.
Yes? All right. What cryptids precisely?
We would have to discuss. He wants to say. You need to ask him about specific cryptids. Cryptid...
No offense, officer, but I'm not much of a pedagogue. Me? By all means.
Hello, I'm Gary. Yellow Man. I mean, up.
The lieutenant raises his... Yellow man. Interesting.
I'm just waiting for my friend Morel to finish up with his insect traps so we can return to civilization. I like nature, just not this bloody coast. It's mostly drunks and degenerates that come here. Oh, I've been tempted. But...
He pronounces Revacol with a hard... Serious question time. This man is no innocent. No one is.
My mug? Why would you think that? I may have had a similar looking mug in the past. That's all. Okay, I admit it. I threw the mug away in the trash container. You're not going to find me, are you?
Using a standard form, officer. It's 50 real. You're getting off easy. In return...
What did you do, Gary?
Nothing. Nothing.
Here we go. Start pumping that sweet info.
I know a guy who works with the trash collection services. CS Municipal. He gave me a master key so I can use the Whirling's trash compactor to store my own stuff. Garbage disposal is expensive as hell. The damn Hemians run it like a... I'm sorry, okay?
Disgraced. No need for the histrionic, sir. It was...
He studies his reaction. Gary doesn't answer.
Officer, please. Let me explain. It's not like that. I was only cleaning up. I live right across the yard from where he was hanged, and I saw him stripped naked. All the clothes lying around in the yard, smelling. People are animals, you know? Then I came out to clean up the rags because no one else would. I put them into the Whirling's trash, along with a broken mug, admittedly. Okay, I was coming to throw the mug away.
Right. It was just civic duty.
Exactly. That's exactly what it was. Civic duty. Armor? No. I mean, yes. Of course. I hope I could help your investigation, in my small way. I told you everything I know, sir. I'm truly sorry for the mug, but I like to pronounce it the hard.
He winks at you, trying to relay some hidden message, inviting you. It's a secret rite, a very fringe nationalist handshake, probably.
Not many Sealites here, or anywhere, other than Sale. I meant no offense, truly. Oh, yes, of course he is. I was just speaking about his connections. Let's change the... Not many Sealites here, or anywhere, other than Sale. No problem at all. No. I help Morel with research sometimes, and I've learned some things along the way, but I don't usually go in for picnics like this on my own.
That patch of reeds over there, it's a great place to hide something. Kind of out of the way. Nothing. Just a hunch. The hunch passes, leaving you. There's a trap in the reeds at your feet. Behind you, the ruins of a residential building loom over the reed. Locusts are crawling around in the trap, confused but uneaten.
Big surprise. Anyway, 1 down, 3 to go. surely. Anyway, the air is nice and fresh here.
Nothing has changed about. A scattering of bullet holes is spread across the cracked wall, reaching from one corner to the other.
Correct. The density of the... meaning, this is a lot of bullet holes. Looks like the manufacturing and sale of automatic rifles was curtailed after the revolution. The destructive...
A row of ghostly shades stand facing the wall. There are many of them, a dozen at least, their heads lowered and eyes blindfolded. It's quiet. No sound, no movement. 10 meters away, other shades are lined up in an orderly manner. Automatic rifles primed. A gust of wind blows by. Snowflakes fall on the wooden planks and the surrounding sand dunes, covering the land with the white of innocence. A long time has passed since the moment of this fusillading. Rain and brine have since washed all the blood away. Not a trace remains. The abundance of bullet holes leads to two options. Either an inordinate amount of executions were performed here, or they did not use a conscience round, where only one soldier has the loaded rifle. A host of men, probably in everyday clothes, ragged from the conflict and covered in dust. They stand, facing the wall. It's impossible to discern any detail. Ordinary people, familiar. Collateral damage on the path toward normalcy. Maybe you should change it. They were praying. 7 men in combat uniforms and dark coats, holding the commandant, the one who gives...
I don't know. I don't know who died here, lined up beside that horrible wall. It could have been any of the parties involved in the... Perhaps the ones executed here were the loyalist conservatives, killed by the communists at the start of the Civil War. Or it could have been... It could even have been the employees of the failed R&D center down the coast.
Or maybe...
Yeah, it's very unlikely the coalition forces were the ones who died. To be honest, if a coalition member was anyone in this situation...
A cold sea wind. Heavy wooden doors, more than twice your height, stand shut in front of you. The rectangular this cheap-looking padlock is sturdily built. It's shackled. The padlock passes through a staple that's been hastily attached. Should you want to get through, it might be easier to just pry the whole thing off.
Maybe we should circle the building first and look for another way.
There is a touch of guilt in...
Can you hear the pulsing bass underneath the wind?
There's something on the sea ice there. You see a yellow circle with 2 X's and a big curve below them that looks like a mouth. There is something blindingly modern about this symbol. Its modernness puts to shame everything you've seen. He takes off his glasses and uses a...
No. Looks like a dead man smiling. Suggests junior delinquency. I haven't seen that sticker before, and I'm not a youth. That level of conceptual thinking is not part of my skill set.
There's nothing like the sound of a sticker unpeeling. Now it's stuck to your thumb. Looks like today was a gold star day. An old door, worn by elements, guards the depot.
It's military, a service depot of some sort. The washerwoman mentioned a depot up the coast. She said it was for moving ammo and cargo across the bay. This might be it.
A familiar apparatus lies among... The reeds shake sadly in the coast. The wind picks up here, near the... This trap is also full of panicked locusts.
Another empty trap. Always up for a good job. Otherwise, would I still be on this case with...
As you fold your fingers into a fist, you realize you could knock anyone out with one punch. The white ceramic gloves wrap around your digits comfortably. The hardened vitreous enamel, at once sleek and light, adds a glow to your cheeks and a spring to your step. Just imagine what a full suit of this stuff could do for you. It may be a while before you have all. Remember, this is a highly specialized kinetic redistributor meant to stop bullets. For the day you have to Heavy wooden doors, more than twice your height, stand shut in front of you. The rectangular seawall, nothing happens.
I don't think that's going to work.
The carving on the door is block-like and angular, like the church itself. The surface is smooth from the wind, but moist. The carving on the door. The doors remain unchanged, closed with a padlock. Heavy wooden doors, more than twice your height, stand shut in front of you. The rectangular sea-worn ornamentation, the padlock pop. Should you want to get through,
maybe we should search.
There is a touch of guilt in his voice. A minute or so of mauling away at the lock has led to no...
I'm not as sturdy as you are.
The doors remain unchanged, closed with a padlock. Heavy wooden doors, more than twice your height, stand shut in front of you. The rectangular sea-worn ornamentation appears in stark contrast to the padlock, carelessly drilled into the wood. Heavy wooden doors, more than twice your height. A minute or so of mauling away at the...
I'm not as sturdy.
The doors remain unchanged. Heavy wooden doors, more than twice your height, stand. A minute or so of mauling. The doors remain unchanged. A shaggy-looking girl in her late.
Oh.
It's cold out here. Everyone knows drugs make you invulnerable to cold. You bet this one likes to.
Huh? So should you. Oh, I didn't notice that. Yeah, well...
What did she just say? That's not how a civilian is supposed to address an officer of the law.
I'm sorry I said fuck the hat. My whole family swears and it rubbed off on me. A cell. Why? Okay, it's Burger.
A very common. You have little reason to doubt that's a real name. But
This is a portable recording device. Actually, just one wire. I picked on it till the braiding came loose. The wire, a contact mic records sound.
your mangled brain would like you to know there is a boxer called Contact Mike. No, you're welcome.
Yeah, I record stuff with it. Sure. The mic? I don't exactly know. Somehow it doesn't pick up vibrations from same place I got the recorder from, the Palaceum. Oh man. You haven't been to the Palaceum? It's a music club and a synthesizer workshop on Boogie Street in Jamrock.
Thinking about it really cheers her up. It's a long way from here, though.
Oh yeah. Guess you wouldn't know Van Eyck. Or really be a Palaceum going kind of person. Yes? Okay. Recording, I guess. I think I'm recording cracks in the ice. But there's no way to tell. Not without headphones. I think I just recorded your footsteps too. The musicians in the Palaceum used them for making music. Anyway, I thought I'd make some too. I don't really know what I'm doing. They use synth.
She looks at the recording device. The thing she thought would fill her hours with joy and escape.
Take this, you're cold.
No man, fuck that, I'm cool. I'm sorry I said that. I'm sorry about the fuck.
It's okay.
Thanks. That? The boys think it could be a place, like the Palaceum or something. Stupid. Yeah.
And why is that?
They got too much stuff crammed in. Music stuff mostly. Like this tape recorder. That stuff is more expensive than I am. More expensive than...
It's probably amphetamine. It makes...
I got my recordings to do. I feel better outside. Go ahead. It's supposed to become like a club for a Nordic dance, except that, yeah. You know, anodic, cathodic, music that's made with electronic instruments. Synthesizers and tape consoles. Microcomputers too.
You see clear, beautiful, violent flashes of light.
I know. It's not my idea. Andre and the boys found the place. It was... Hey, you two are cops. Okay, well... Maybe you could talk to Andre and the guys. Because there are some... They're inside that thing there. Would be cool if you did. Was there something else? No. Not really.
She's trying to get out of a direct lie with semantic tricks. She personally didn't put the padlock.
Yeah, you know. That's what I meant. Noid did. Noid put the padlock on the door. To keep more weirdos from getting in. Fucking Martinez. I'm sorry. It's got the worst weirdos. If you get around to it, ask Andre about them, he'll tell. No. Not really.
She's trying to get out of a direct lie with semantic tricks.
What do you need to know? No, not really.
She's trying to get...
It's Noids. Yeah, I guess you could say that. To keep more weirdos from getting in. Go ahead.
The device is still warm from her touch and heavy as a brick from the batteries inside. The company logo, Omicron, adorns its yellow plastic cover. Inside, she looks you in the eye, her pupils wide, surrounded by a ridiculous amount of makeup. Nothing to emote over. You put the device back on the ice.
Well, it's just questioning, right? You're just questioning me. It's what cops do. Once or twice, yeah. I'm sorry I haven't had the Revachol experience they get east of the river. Rich people are east of the river. Yeah. The usual. I had, drinking.
Interesting term. Time to glean some knowledge.
My dad was a drunk. Plus, I guess, I just wanted to drink too, get my party on. Go ahead. Okay.
A pane of Eternite, barely holding it up. It could fall over any minute.
It looks like a makeshift bridge. Could be convenient.
The pane falls into the icy snow with a soft thunk. The tent is just tarpaulin fabric covering a pile of stuff. The flap is up.
Come on! Get in and close the flap behind you.
It's safe to assume this is their leader. Or at least he thinks it.
Sorry, we barely have room for one.
You go ahead. I'm too old for this.
I'm actually not, he thinks. I just dislike dealing.
I'm sure you will feel right at home. I'll keep...
A young man with peroxide blonde hair holds up a Harmon as though you're supposed to be sharing some tremendous
Hardcore! Hardcore! Hardcore to the mega! Here comes the knife!
Could there have been a right way out of this garden of forking paths? You see,
Hello, I'm Andre.
His grip is strong, sweaty, and...
This is my posse.
The young man with earrings.
An egghead. Egg! Together with a Cell Burger, who's out there right now, doing some seriously progressive sonic experimentation, we like to think of ourselves as You see, we've been all over Jamrock North.
Oh, that's often.
Yeah, thank you, Egghead. And while there is no short places, I apologise for my friend Noit's potty mouth. I realise this is not how you speak to a police officer. He has authority issues. Which brings me to the problem of occupied ecclesiastical property. I'm talking about the church. And I'm not exaggerating. Dogheads! Burnouts! Well, I'm sad to say, that's exactly what happened. Sad because we strike that! And sadder yet, because the dopeheads and burnouts holed up in there are the worst.
He leans back a little, watching you with a steady, serious good. This calls for an opinion. You're an expert in those.
The spooky kind. I was hoping you would be the judge of that, officer. All I can say is, they're spooky. Also, The people just want to spin tapes without them Thank you, Ed. So you're gonna look into it, right? It should be a police matter. Getting them out. All right, man.
Andre's obviously very happy you took him seriously. The whole tent is. The boys exchanged giddy looks.
Oh, so you met her?
He's not as glad as he would.
I did ask Noid to install a measure against more drifters wandering in. It's a temporary fix, just something to contain the situation.
I had to do it in an hurry. Not my best work, but it should hold for a while.
Of course.
All right.
Noid watches you pick up the key with a smirk.
Not long. Like a week, maybe? I'm super sure they're alive. I mean...
Somewhere in the ruinous past that led you here, there was something called...
Okay, I'm sorry too. I guess...
Me too. I should...
Sure, man. Tell us what you want to know. Let's do it. He's a quiet man. Mostly communicates through music. And by being a master of ceremonies. Well, he's just kind of here. I don't really know how to... Yeah, sometimes. When I, like, stumble...
The man smiles mysteriously. I get it. He's a puzzle.
Truth is, I don't really know. None of us do. Yes, there's...
This machinery is of the...
When I first scouted the place, back in February...
One of them has wires running into bowls of water.
Andre! Oh, and it felt like there was... No! Which other one? I felt like silence.
For this man, even regular silence is awful enough.
Not exactly. We've just seen someone who we think is a wood. Like, you aren't alone.
It wasn't quite...
Not human.
It was this dark shape climbing upside down along the ceiling. Yeah, you know.
It was stalking a...
Odd. Crabs are usually marine creatures.
Crab, man! Yeah, totally. I mean, I didn't
You should ask her about it.
The implications of this are too new. There probably is no crab man.
You should talk to Noid about that. I just got a distinct Sure. What? Oh yeah, that's a...
If you don't know what the founding party is, there might be a way to mask it with minor demagoguery.
You know, of Meteo. Concerning Meteo. Meteo, a country on Muindi.
One of the poorest of the first world nations.
Come to think of it, I've never really looked them up, you know? I can't give you a and they have roots in ancient mass society. And they're the custodians of the Pericarnassian Church. You're right, they do.
The Pericarnassian Church is about love is hardcore!
Unity!
Unity!
Make some noise for my Insulindian posse!
You feel it. The anodes and the cathodes coursing through you. Your big toe starts tapping along to the base, as if testing the waters. Feels good.
Yeah!
He seems ecstatic that you share.
Do it for the masses. Do it for the crew.
I didn't want to say it, but it was pretty lame of you to imply other.
The one with the large head is still...
Yeah! Let it out! Let the disco...
Yes. What? Yeah. Good to have, bitch to carry. When I first scouted the place, I did... oh, it's the one they sell at the fuel station.
He nods enthusiastically. No doubt, a little relieved.
As always.
So you had a talk with Andre, and now you want to discuss things with Noid. Good. It's good you talked to Andre first. Gave me time to get a reading on your sign. Can't really talk to people before you get a reading. Weird stuff. Specialised wires going into water. Gives off a spice.
The People's Republic of Samara is a product of Revachos.
Nothing's wrong with it.
The sickest. That's perhaps what...
Most of it doesn't exist. Psionic powers, pale-related disease. The hardcore aesthetic is easy.
It's not easy to reach a harmonic resonance of signs without...
Yes, further sign matching would do good for us. One way to achieve this would be by getting us into the church.
Wow, so someone's been a little boring. Yes, my standard liege. Someone's seen all sorts of wild ideas pop off and thought, I'll take the boring one. The regular, please. The brown. Of course you do. And maybe some black shoes or a pristine white shirt to go with that. It's official. My lord's copper type is regular cop. Done and done. No actual communicate. The shaggy-haired girl kneels.
So you talked to my associates, right? Are you going to help us? Great. Let us know if there's any progress, will ya? We've been waiting for weeks here. Oh, that.
She's less prone to blurt it out, crab man, than the other.
Okay. I went in and I saw a woman next to one. She was dressed like someone who's been raised by their grandmother, you know, strange old. And then, you know, right behind her, a man crawled down the wall, upside down like a crab, down the church wall. He stopped right before he got to the floor, then just hung there like that.
Like a crab, you say?
It was too dark. I couldn't tell exactly. Why? Okay then. They certainly do around me. My associates? I haven't got much to say about them. Of course I do. I just...
To the cops.
Me?
A silver bird. Feels strangely familiar. Was it an
Don't know what makes you think it'll be any...
heavy wooden doors? The carving on the door. The doors remain. The lock turns.
Let's go.
As you do, you hear the echo of the doom. A great whoosh of air rushes in the heart. The silence in this part of the church, it's almost palpable. All the shifting matter and shuffling of living things is gone. Nothing seems to exist beyond the church. Maybe if you were to stand in just the right spot, even your footstep, and then it's gone. You can hardly hear your own breathing. You produce a few muffled thumps, after which your voice is barely audible. The lieutenant points to his ears.
Can you hear anything? I wonder why the church...
His detached tone conceals how maybe the church was designed this way to prevent boisterous activity, singing and dancing on its premises. The lieutenant doesn't reply, but you can sense him tense up next to you. The orderly rows of ceiling panels become barely visible, then disappear completely in the darkness of the tower overhead. The silence, the darkness, they've enveloped you as in a... It's like there's something moving up there. A shadow has emerged from the tower and it's making its way toward you through all the other shadows. Yes, it's not a shadow anymore, becoming more substantial as it gets close.
Officer, is there something up there?
Oh no, you've lost sight of it. Where? You see something hanging from the rope. Maybe it's possible to... A machine stands.
Another radio computer. And this time it's already turned.
These machines sometimes harbor...
We should leave. I doubt this place bears any connection to the case. It's also quite similar to the one we have down at the station.
The one you saw earlier was the Ream Civic. This is the Ream Prefect. The Ream Prefect is the governmental... You see fluorescent play and print button. The lieutenant says nothing. You see the machine's glowing frame reflected back from his diamond-shaped glass. Behind the hatch sits a cube-like crisscross of... This is the machine's filament memory. Press play to access its contents. A bar of fabric right above the static gets louder, slowly filling up the...
Good afternoon, Fortress Accident on Saint-Brune.
This is a human interface. A retired person sitting behind a switchboard somewhere.
I have 2 machines registered to this.
Saint-Brune. That's the church. And...
Anything else I can help you? The filament you have inserted into the... I don't know. That's what I'm asking. Is this the personal log? Good. Please...
Let's look around. There's no use trying to guess the answer.
No.
A hint system is not part of the
Received. I will... Fortress Accident. Is there anything else I can do for you today? Goodbye.
The machine's keyboard is still... The shadow is a man made of the same stuff as the carpentry of the building. The crab man. The man leaned forward a little, fixing you.
Habitual alcohol use has made you into a scared little pussy, Holmes. But don't worry, everything's gonna be alright. You come to the right place.
That accent is Villalobos, a peninsula in Mesk and a district in general. There's a sizable...
Here you can receive the mother's love. And when you're ready, she will take your hand and lift you out of the despair.
This man is obviously a habitual narcotics user. Do we really need to question?
I'm put off by this religious stuff, he thinks. And maybe the ceiling climbing, too. It's all very hard to square with the lieutenant's own view. Hey, and what was that about the bottle again? You haven't even drank that much lately. Lay off it already. Shish.
Oh yeah, sure. You don't know anything about alcohol use. You got it all under control, Way. I could smell the control all the way over here. Not all of it. I was like you once. You don't know all the havoc Albino is wrecking on you.
You know, actually, since we're here, you may want to pay attention to what the ceiling climber is saying.
The only thing we need to talk about is how the mother can... This is the Church of the Mother of Silence. You are welcome here.
You have no idea what the fuck he's talking about. Is he just trying to throw you off your game?
Never known myself to be a crab. But if that's the name you got for me, I won't stop you from using it. I always thought of myself more like a flame, flickering along the rafters and beams. I was in a gangway, but my memories of that time are fading. Most of them are already gone. That's not really the point, I said.
Do you remember your...
The lieutenant is not particularly interested in this.
Tiago's my name, but those syllables don't mean much to me these days. My name is your place amongst your fellas, your place in the world. I ain't got no use for such a place anymore. That's just the thing, Holmes. None of that matters. This is a special place. There's a perforation in the world up there. I circled it, nurtured by the silence bestowed by the mother. One of these days, I'll be pure enough to go drink from it directly. I think they were. A long time ago. I had to shed them like skins to get closer to the center of the silence. You could have them. Oh, that's no simple question. She is a cavity in the dark, beyond sense. She saved me, but I couldn't describe her to you. I will be incinerated, but not destroyed. Finally, I won with...
That sounds a bit like substitution behavior, no? You know a thing or two about that.
Hard to say. I think I did some construction work here, back when I still had material worries. I've been spending a lot of time here ever since. The past is nothing to me now, eh? It didn't belong to me. I'm a seraph, Holmes. I sing the mother's glory. I ain't from no Marietti, if that's what you think.
Marietti is a mesque style of music and dance.
It's not like that at all, man. It's just faith and joyful service. No worries, man. I know this shit take...
The sinewy figure lingers on the wooden beam.
Police raid a while back.
Did you witness it?
Not really. Or at least I don't remember much of it anymore. The mother's love has done its job. The ones in the tent outside, right? I see them. Guessing they're the ones who call me a crab. Probably scared of me. Nah, man. They look pretty funny. And I don't harm no one anymore. Anyway. Why not? They wouldn't bother me none. I'm usually way up there, imbibing. Might even be nice to have some company.
He said that in spite of himself. He's more attached to the human than he'd like to think.
Other spooker? Oh, esa viejita.
Viejita is Grandma?
You just have to wait until she comes back, or
search through her radio computer.
Too many times, Essay. You need it for something.
The lieutenant raises his eyes.
Don't sweat it, vato. The password is afterlife death.
That is true.
What you think of that? I think we're done here, Essay.
That was, however, I'm still not sure.
The machine's keyboard is still. The speaker comes to life.
Good afternoon, Fortress. Good. Please repeat. Good. I have unlocked the filament. After ending the Fortress accident, is there anything else I can do for you? Yes, I am alive.
She repeats passwords. Programming people are paranoid.
I work as a repeater at the East End. As for me, what?
Doesn't it get lonely? Sitting there all...
Lonely? Why would it get...
That's why she...
Now, please tell me if there's anything else I can do for you, Fortress Accident. Goodbye.
The machine's keyboard is still... The printer prints out a long text document. The first entry, made on the 4th of February, 51, arrived at the church. The door was boarded up, so I used the crowbar to get inside. Looks like the lieutenant leans closer, scouring the printout.
4th of February. That's over a month ago. Whoever set up those machines has been here for quite a while.
6th of February, 51. Had a little chat with the local fishermen. Said I shouldn't go near that. See? Even one of the spookers themselves says it's unnerving. 7th of February, 51. Finally, got the electricity in.
Why would anyone need any of this equipment here?
8th of February, 51. Bought the antenna, had some problems setting it up. Called Simon for help. Heard the others are back to making art. But at least the artists have their act together. They're qualified labor. They can get work. I just have to find out what caused that data loss and be done with it. Still don't understand how it managed to wipe out the backup, when the backup wasn't even connected to the front.
Seems like something to do with radio computers. And something about the backup data getting destroyed. I think these people worked in the radio computer games business. The one we saw.
12th of February, 51. Brought some food from the grocery store. Apparently, there's a strike going on in the harbor. Definitely not happy to see
the strike. We are nearing the date of the murder. Keep reading. I'm interested now. I want to know what...
25th of February, 51. I've been sending data up to Lintel for a while now, trying to recreate the data loss, but nothing. Didn't even feel like logging in, the disappointment.
Is she talking about?
28th of February, 51. Yes, the first recordings confirm that the swallow is real and I'm not just losing my mind. It's a pillar of silence with a diameter of approximately 3 meters.
The pillar of silence. She is talking about the silence. Is she suggesting it's more than just an architectural quirk?
The lieutenant doesn't answer. He follows your gaze, studying the March 51. Some kind of young disco men have appeared next to the church. I've been trying to record the silence to find the epicenter, but now, fortunately, the song is so monotonous, I was able to devise an algorithm to factor it out. The other day, one of the disco men came in. Before I could even say hello,
A girl on the ice?
March 51. A new 2-meter aux cable. Your reading is interrupted by a strange woman makes straight for the radio computer.
Breaking into my radio computer, I see.
Yes, you are breaking in, but not into her.
I do apologize for the intrusion, madame. We are with the RCM, you see.
You won't find any answers from here. It's just me and my computer, and it has been this way for weeks. Now please give me some room.
We should talk to her after she has rebooted the machine.
What is it? No, you just printed out my personal log and wasted some paper. Yes. Or no. Not any...
She doesn't seem surprised to be recognized. Rather sad. Something passes over her face before...
I am Soona Luukkanen-Kilde, the former lead programmer of Fortress Accident and RSA radios. If you're not here to hire me, I don't really know how I can help you. I brought them here. These are my machines. Please don't touch anything. They are connected to my RAIN prefect. Whatever...
Short and terse. There you have it. What?
I use the AR-1 as my RAIN prefect's processing unit. Mm-hmm. Yes? You really don't know anything about radio computers, do you? All right. Well, all radio computers perform operations up on air. So in order to gain more process on the front, the unified front of it's all around us. That's what on air means.
Like love.
I guess it is. So far I've been quite satisfied with it. Martinez is but it's not the cheapest one on the market. So I wouldn't recommend it for your regular red tape operation. Anyway, you should do some research before you decide to buy anything. Ask around, compare...
She liked telling you this. It calmed her nerves.
I'm working. Could you just... Shh. for a moment? Or get to the point. I really need to focus on something. So you do know something about computers. You're right. Prefect is used mostly by the government peeps. No, I don't. Because I needed something good for my investigation and Reims. Besides, owning a Reims...
No, actually, it is kind of a big deal. You don't see Ream...
I know a friend of a friend who used to freelance for the Coalition. I was actually aiming for the Prefect is mainly based on the same technology. Great. You really like those questions, don't you?
They're bloodshot. She really hasn't been getting much sleep lately, has she?
I'm conducting scientific research here. You can't throw me out. I'm looking for the location of a 2mm...
Wait. She's looking for a disruption in the radio. The lieutenant raises his brows, but doesn't say anything.
Yes, that's what led me here. But I suspect it might be something a bit more complicated. Exactly. What does it mean? Up to now, what do you think it is? What qualities that...
That's a little above your pay grade at the moment.
You measure it by its surroundings, by that which does exist.
Ha! Hydrotransducers. So that's what those water basins...
But honestly, it's not progressing very well.
But does it have anything to do with necroplasmic life forms? Ghosts, in everyday parlance.
Somewhere underneath those roof beams, I assume.
Strange things may flourish in...
There's this place at the back of the church. A place where all audible vibration...
The Pillar of Silence? Are you sure?
Maybe, but it's oddly close to the physical coordinate. I know. No, I don't.
She sounds mildly annoyed by this line of questioning. Her hands type in hundreds of...
Because it's just trial and error, trying to locate the swallow, the exact point in space. And I don't have a... You know what? It would be really great. Thanks. What?
I bet she hasn't even heard it.
Maybe I'd have to be on drugs to get it, but to a sober mind it just sounds like uninspired rug whipping. No, this is about those speed freaks in the tent, isn't it? I've got some news for you. Take a guess, why don't you? I can't believe they got you so easily. Go have enough.
Good luck. I'm not coming in there.
No. Yes. And? No, you're right. I'm not. The swallow, you mean? Ghosts? No, I don't think so. I don't believe in ghosts. I don't believe in them either. Great. What are we talking about? And why? Great. Thanks.
In white, silver, and apricot faience, the young mother of human... This is her innocent. Cradled in her arms are a pair of glowing lungs, clearly visible from underneath her flowing dress. You should kneel. Cold wind seeps in from the crack in the glass, as if under a microscope. The woman looks down at you standing there. She towers among her followers, architects, laymen. She acknowledges the passing of someone, you. As that soft word passes through your mind, your fingertips touch your chest 4 times as you stand in the apricot-colored light of the window above you. Despite the damage you've done to yourself, the title appears lodged in your hippocampus. This is Her Innocence, Dolores Day. No amount of Commodore Red can wipe her sad smile from your brain thing. It It has survived the deluge and haunts you still, and will haunt you forever. The highest category of historic individual. More, an innocence is elected to office by the founding party. A precedent, an innocence is infallible. The decisions made by one are not. No, we are alone. 300 years ago, in the wake of the discovery of this, many things, you know she was a woman of the court, the wife of an draped in ancient sadness. Are you sure you want to remember this bit of historic trivia?
Yes! Big bummer! Boring history! Gotta keep it light, man! Keep it moving! Get fucked up instead!
Terribly, women of the court were expected to play both contract bridge and chess sufficiently well to prove an interesting challenge to a man. She made the most of her position in the antediluvian court. A court visited by she was an almost preternaturally magnetic and intelligent individual. It was on her advice that Irene Le Navigateur sponsored a number of voyages into the Pale. A costly, often tragic, she was crowned 2 years after the first wow indeed, when her innocence was declared, and the queen she had advised for years. Bystanders reported golden filaments lighting the. That is why the lungs are the symbol of love for the cultures of the real, as did we all. The lands of the Mesk, and in a city called Advesperaskit in Vespa Messina, she was dressed in a white and pearl dress on an emptied-out plaza with the crowd far away. Already her Therias, the secret. Oh yes, she looked like humanity's young mother. Midwinter snow was beating the cobblestones around her. A small attaché of officials stood by as her Therias placed a white gold wreath on her head. One of the men in this secret service killed her 22 years later. A young man who had come, something that had walked in our midst, watching us stumble for hundreds, if not thousands of years. Dolores Day was shot in the chest with a fowling piece 8 times. The man, thought to be insane, said he once touched her and her body had been unnaturally warm, like a furnace, and that sometimes, while on duty, he observed her forgetting to breathe for over 10 minutes. This inhuman quality was witnessed by many others as well, glowing lungs and all. It is commonly terrifying is a term too emotionally charged for your semantic memory. Terrifying. It's a simple word. She was bad for humanity, and you shouldn't have started thinking about her. You already do. Although she is often considered to be the greatest human being to ever live, she was the most socially secluded and least self-aware of all the innocences. Some modern thinkers would. The Mesk state tried to detach itself from innocentic rule. Parts of the world were experiencing whiplash from accelerating into suggesting those who fight against. She adored chess, yes, but also military war games. Dolores Day, little is known of her Marchese husband. It's as if he vanished from history after completing his role, which was to introduce this subtle terror is.
Lieutenant Yefrater, you've stood there for. What are you thinking of, if I may ask? Okay. It's just that you've been looking at that window for quite long now. And it's called this church, the coast in general. We shouldn't linger here. This isn't a good place. The old woman in the village was right. This must be the DeLorean Church of Humanity in Martinez, or the small Pinewood Church. It's a minor landmark, not easy to find. Most maps misplace it. It was built not long after Revachol's founding.
On the coast of an uninhabited archipelago where only animals had roamed before.
There used to be 7 stave churches on the coast. Les Setsa, they call them. We should be respectful here, although the building appears to be deserted. I do not believe we'll find any.
Respectful? Is the lieutenant a follower of the law? There it is again. A small pang of guilt. It's time to ask him what happened here.
I have a theory, yes. There was a police raid a while back. I heard the place was shut to. The old woman in the village was being tactful with us when she didn't mention it. She has more respect for the RCM than many around here. Well, your station was involved, I hear.
How come the lieutenant isn't sure? Is this confidential?
3 precincts were involved in the raid, and people say Precinct 41 was one of them. I'm sorry, I'm not saying you were. It was a clandestine operation. I don't know anything about it, why it was conducted, or good luck. You will not get information on a confidential operation from your station secretary just by calling. It happened a while ago. It's unimportant to our business in Martinez now. Yes, we all are. Her name, body, and rule are synonymous with humanism. The laws we enforce are Dolorian in origin.
The woman looks by in silence, smiling enigmatically.
It's not spiritual, it's constitutional. The Dolorian system does not demand faith, only accordance.
A jigsaw of broken shards falls into place in front of you, a ghostly reconstruction of the stained glass window. Before it was shattered, there was an older woman beneath the younger one, and a text, a light motif below them both. The escutcheon on her throne says, Irene the Navigator. She is depicted as an older woman wearing thick-rimmed eyeglasses, holding small figures of wise men. Unknown. Something during the raid the lieutenant mentioned, or just hooligans look. Below both women, in luminous black letters, and then along the left side, April. After life, death. After death, life again. After the world, the pale. After the pale, the world again. This is the great leitmotif of humanism, a summary of the effect of the
death, life again. After the world, the pale. This exaltation is common in Dolorian sacralism. In the early years, it was even incorporated. It was deemed subservient to use a strongly moral intern-related motto. We already suspected of bootlicking. The sentence was also seen as too feminine. It was a match of justice, union, prudence, and force. Eyes cool.
The mother of humanism towers above you. Fairweather T500. Remember that weakness you were looking for in the ceramic armor? Like, maybe it can only stop small, fast projectiles, but a large, slow-moving pry bar would shatter it? Or if I run an electrical current through it? The young man with the
This is hardcore. Hardcore! Hardcore to the mega! Here comes the night!
Huh? I see you're here again. Offside, man. Did I...
Hi again. So, how are things...
And? What happened? Oh, man! Who is he? What did you think? Really? Huh. Interesting. What's he doing in the church? No matter. Is he? Yeah. Noid is right. Let's...
These guys will never catch him. You will never catch him. There's nothing to do.
I don't know, man. Doesn't it feel like a major hindrance to you? A spooky guy climbing around when all the guests are trying to have nice, friendly hyper time? I guess it's not a... Everyone is welcome! Maybe. I guess we'll figure something out. Okay, but what about the other spooker? The one in Grandma's clothes? Did you see her? A programmer? That's odd. What was she like? Did you ask her about the nightclub? What a pity! That's my favourite thing in... A shame. What can we do now? Do you see a way out of this jam? And in... Unity! Dance! And you can't just evict her? Look at you! No, Noid. He's right. Maybe we've approached it the wrong way after all. If that's okay with her, we only want to get in the church. The line's in the dark! At least Crabman seems like an advanced being. Yeah, he can do his climbing thing in the tower. And the programmer, does she like Nordic dance music?
Egghead cannot believe what you just said. It makes him pump the jam.
No worries. We'll figure it out. If coexisting fails, you can always muscle her out, right? If it's all okay with you, what do you think? Excellent! Good luck, my friend. Goodbye, officer. Hi again. So, how are things? Goodbye, officer. Hi again. So, how are things going?
A number of things don't add up. How about gather around, kids? The young speed freak puts down a busted... The one with the large head, their would-be leader, is less amused.
But you still are.
What happened? That's a real downer.
The young speed freak, he senses something is wrong.
I have no idea how you arrived at that conclusion, but it's wrong.
One speaker. They have one speaker.
What do you mean, friend? It's a one-speaker system. It's monodynamic. You wouldn't know the first thing.
This may be the brain damage talking, but you've definitely...
And of all cellular-based life, what's... No shit. Hey man, who knows what she's on about? I get it. Who doesn't like to dance? That's... Come on, that's... I meant to say, not true. What do you mean?
There's resignation in his voice. He's almost ready to drop the act. It wouldn't take a lot of pushing.
What do you mean by lenient?
He thinks for a moment, then...
Things are just way too hard for an entrepreneur in this city. It's not like we're not going to turn the church into the wickedest club in East Revershoal. Because we are! We just got to turn it into a speed lab first. You know, to get our foot in the door. Like I told you, spooky arseholes moved in while I was getting all this stuff together. A month ago. No, man. They're spooky, all right. It's just that they would also probably call the police if we But the sign was way off, too. I couldn't feel the love at all. Sir, you promised you'd be...
This is it. Judgment time.
Yeah! I knew it. It's impossible now. No, Andre, it's harder now. This hard cop has come to show us how much the fish is, and the fish is always so much more. We all know there was never going to be a club for Nordic music with the There needs to be a club for Nordic music in there. Needs to. Everyone hates each other. Everybody hates it here. It's all just... We need a win, Andre. I promise this will be a win. We won't cook speed in there. We'll do it clean. We'll do it true. We'll do it sober and real and beautiful. This will be a victory for the line. Okay. We'll try to do it without the drugs. We'll do a straight club up in there, spinning the maddest reels, and nothing but. I swear, from here on, it'll be straight all the way. Goodbye, officer. Huh? I see you're here again. Offside, man.
Yes?
Yes, what is it? I don't want to make anything work. Yes, anything.
It's not the anodic dance music that's made her bitter. It's the failure of Fortress Accident.
That's right. If we couldn't get our Welkins to happen, I don't...
There's not a trace of irony in her voice. She means it. Hey, what makes the world go round? She stares at the... Hey, Maybe if you were to find out more about her previous company. The luxury of fine things. Just look at those black monk straps. Beautiful things give you a remember. When they come to take it, they're either a gateway drug or a booster pack to get you deeper into free market ideas.
Yes, what is it?
Easy. When our research is done,
What? No, I don't really need any help with the project.
she thinks about it. A glossy look in her eye.
All right. Bring me the game's offsite copy from my old workspace, if you really want to help. It's stored on a filament memory, and I'm unable to go and fetch it myself. No. That's the production schedule. I don't need it. The right filament memory has offsite copy written. It's a backup of my former employer's project.
She's making it.
The backup itself is destroyed now. But
Hold on. If it's called an offsite copy, then why is it still
Oh god, not this again.
basement? Sound.
And no. Taking it outside the building. We clear?
This is clearly a
Yeah, that's the one. You can get in through the bookshop. You just have to do some explaining to the bookstore lady. Good. Then you might know the giant ice bear fridge in the build. In the giant ice bear fridge? The bookstore lady hates me. Says I'm part of the curse. Whatever that means. Because she's from Martinez, and people from Martinez have never ever seen a radio computer. She thinks it emits elemental evil. She literally started praying for the higher powers when...
The lieutenant coughs like he's amused.
Once I came in one morning... Thanks. And here's my Falsund multitool. You might need it to hack loose some ice. It opens everything. If you get me the offside copy, then you can keep...
It hurts a bit for her to say this. She's not too happy. This glorious multitool makes a regular pry bar completely
Yes? Thanks.
2 cables are plugged in. Looks like someone tried to reconceptualize their business here. Look, the skis and rotor blades both bear the same slipstream logo. It seems likely that they started out making one, failed. That's a good question. Reality is your flashlight slides over an old green. Some of the writing has faded with age, but you can still make out the handwriting is only partly legible. But these lithe, translucent, who are all those one of the Welkins. Your eyes glide over. Tiles on the cube are like a smooth draw. The filament slides into place. The filament slides out of its glowing nest.
Okay, what do you think is going on with that computer, chalkboard, and fireplace? Yes, I got that. What I meant was, what were they trying to... What were their ambitions?
He has respect and curiosity. This is way above your tiny little...
Okay, well, I think...
Like he's ready to lay out a...
It looks like one of those popular pen and paper role-playing games. Only these people...
Utter madness, he thinks, as a compliment.
Indeed, those Welkins are a dead giveaway.
Super cool. Someone should give them millions of real immediately. This game is too good to be left unfinished.
Through call-in stations. None of the players have to be physically. Then there's the game master frequency.
Coordinating so...
Not to my knowledge. They make...
Not in...
But I don't think anyone has attempted... No idea. They stopped... Indeed, it's ambitious and untethered from reality, but... It's too late for that, I'm afraid. Okay, let's keep moving.
Oh, hello, dear. There you are again. Goodness, how is he?
He's fine, ma'am. As we had suspected.
Oh, yes. But I am so...
You haven't, however. Now maybe she'll open up.
Oh, you don't want to hear about some old woman's ramblings.
Reflexively.
Well, it was summer, I was building a racing track out. I'm getting ahead of myself.
She'd just started for Betoncourt.
The strangest moment of my life. I looked up. I didn't know this can happen, so I reached my arm and I tried, but I was only a child.
Where did you go?
I ran back home to my grandmother and asked her if, for years, it was a story I told at parties when I wanted to impress boys. That we were on our first date when I told him my story. You should have seen his...
So that's how they met. This is beyond
Our first, yes. Not all of them, as far as I remember. Some of them, on the inside, like stalks of marble. It's hard to say how big things are when you're quite small yourself. Of course, I've thought about it. So how did I know what to imagine? You trying to tell us you saw the ins...
I thought it was a wonderful story, man.
But I don't believe it.
You're welcome, sweetie. I do appreciate the chance to relive...
And she could get up and walk right into the reeds on her own. Into the mud. Anywhere. No, you don't have any new winning tactics to get the woman to spill the beans about cryptids. The theme on that pinball machine is a standard royal clinging to a picture book version of the past century, waiting for the king to come back and cast out all the profiteers and homosexuals. But it comes free with a six-pack of Vermilion Roy d'Or. The sentiment is called This trap's not too hard to... The reeds bend forlornly. The constant, distant song. Nothing but locusts in...
Empty as all of them. One more of these and we're done. No, I'm fine. I didn't mean to complain, it's just...
Yes, what is it? Yes? No. That's the production schedule. I don't need it. The right filament memory has off-site copy. Thanks.
Bear's eyes are still. But where's the filament memory? It's not here.
Someone must have taken it. What does the note say?
A friendly cartoon bear smiles back at you from a glossy cellophane wrapper.
Good question. It looks like an ice cream fridge. I know. What is even worse, the bear is still...
The fridge buzzes with energy.
Someone must have taken it. What does the note say?
A friendly cartoon bear smiles back. The library card is folded into two and still slightly wet to the touch. Billy is a unisex name. Could be the deceased. Whoever owns this card is an avid reader. Most of these titles, if lost, please return the card to...
Good. We should give them a call from my kinema. See if we can learn anything about Billy Méjean.
The note is written with a...
Does it say anything interesting?
This is tangential at best. Someone has scribbled, S. I can't believe the off-site copy is still here. You'll find the filament memory with the off-site copy in the frozen ice cream maker. Please take it home, ASAP. It's important.
Sulislav. Wasn't he one of Miss Lucan and Kilda's co-workers? I remember coming across this name when we were reading her personal log. It belongs inside a radio computer, storing its...
It's like the production...
Really? You don't have a single guess? Oh, I'm sure that child would love to get his hands on a filament memory, even if he doesn't know what to do with it. I don't know.
Didn't you see one right next to the breaker box? This orange machine is buzzing like an old submarine. It's turning the crank. It's all gone now. You'll never become a poet or an entrepreneur. This orange machine is buzzing like an old submarine. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner on top and an electric... This orange machine is buzzing like ice groans and howls, and you gently lift the cube from its...
We should take it back to Miss Lucan and Kilda as soon as possible.
Yes, but aren't you curious to know what's... Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft...
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? I'm afraid they're closed.
We should try again.
Anything else, Detective? One moment. Can you please describe the body?
We suspect he might have been...
Any signs of violence? No field autopsy. What about his belongings? Any information on the library card? Good. Yeah. Do you and Lieutenant Kitsuragi want to take the case, or should I have assigned the case to Lieutenant Kim Kitsuragi. Please follow up on this. That's all for now. Thank you for reporting in. 57.
In the cabin, you see a set of... Droplets of rain fall on the white on blue police livery of the... Do something important? Something murder-related? This is a Caprice with its air-cooled, rear-mounted 12-cylinder compression ignition engine, driving the... Even at a standstill, the unibody Caprice Kanema looks sleek and dynamic. The cabin is tilted frontward to give it...
No point in stopping, then. Sure, go ahead. 130.
I reckon, man, that's got to be a major advancement over the KR-18GU engine on the old Caprice 40.
7.2. Supercharged.
Saying these words brings in...
Yes. An extraordinary...
It's nice and all, but why so modest? Put some...
Anything else?
Yes, what is it? Yes? Wait, a note from whom? Jawiza. Of course! Our project lead, Suliswov Jawiza. God, he was always so... like it would have made a difference. The offside copy was perfectly... and the heads... I won't even get...
Valley of 1,000 heads. You...
Thanks. Looks like it's the one. Now I'm going to print it out to see what's left of it.
Wait. No. That's dangerous. She shouldn't do it.
I have a theory. Lintel was able to divine the location of the anomaly from this watch. What an intricate display of...
The paper starts filling out with ink. This is wrong. Machines shouldn't behave like that. Sona doesn't reply. Her hands running over the...
Here! I found it! Hold on. Shh! Just give me a second.
I've never witnessed a programmer work before.
Done! I've got it! I found the location of the anomaly! Thank you! There, in the swallow. Think you can help me again? I need you to go move those water bolts for me.
What an interesting proposition.
Figure it out? No. I don't need... Just walk over to the circle and follow my instructions. Move the third bolt 2 centimeters to the left, and the fourth bolt 5 centimeters to the right. This should do the...
What? She only wants you to follow instructions. Nothing intellectually stimulating. In this task, a child could do it. Yes, but you like moving things around.
Thanks.
It's awfully silent again. Oh boy, this is going to be good. It moves like a ghost. This task is an insult to your mental skills. Some water spills. The lead programmer sends time to run back, or maybe walk.
Yes, what is it? Great. Everything should be aligned now.
Miss Know-It-All is hesitating.
Yeah, nothing. Now the only thing left to do is to... If we got the location right, we should then be able to hear whatever sound this anomaly makes. Honestly, I'm a little scared. I don't know. That's what I'm scared of. I mean, what sound does the nothing make? How can you even listen to... What if silence is only what surrounds it, but the swallow itself is... I don't know. I'm just scared.
Like that evil ink that filled the printout.
Maybe.
Let's think about this logically. Why would nothing be terrifying if it's, well, nothing?
Yeah, you're right. Let's do it.
The lieutenant, and then nothing happens. As Sona Lokanen, she doesn't talk. Her eyes closed and brows knitted together.
Damn it. Yeah, nothing happened. Let's move on.
Despite her fear, she was hoping for something.
No. My hypothesis was wrong. According to this, I should have heard some... But this is just another failure. Silence sounds like silence. You can try on the headphones. See if you can hear it.
Silence is silence? This can't be it. You should have a listen.
Yes, what is it?
Yes?
Yes, what is it?
All you hear is your own breathing. Heavy, but there's something. There has to be. Ghosts. When was the last...
Well, did you hear anything? Yeah.
The lieutenant looks down at the floor. Maybe the speed freaks can help you with this.
Hi again. So, how things going? Yes? What's the deal? What kind of a hitch?
An audio shortfall, you say? Guess what? We got speakers with massive low end. There's a good chance he can do it.
We've got some serious range on this baby. It'll blast her shoes. Goodbye, officer. Hi again. So, how things going? Yes? What's the deal? What kind of a hitch?
An audio shortfall, you say? Guess what?
We've got some serious range on this. Goodbye, officer.
Yes, what is it?
Still nothing. Zona isn't even looking at you this time.
The swallow, you mean? What about it? Great. Thanks.
Hello again. I did, and I'm sorry.
This is why I didn't go into the tent. Typical.
You don't get to choose your posse, they choose you. Mine are idiots, but they're mine. I tried to talk Andre out of it.
Indeed, she merely tried to omit the truth instead.
I know, but I knew you'd see through their plan too. I'm not an idiot. May I ask? What did you tell them? Thank you. I'll get them under wraps, I promise.
Huh? I see you're here again. Off-sign, man. Did I mention getting us into the church would help? Weird stuff. Wires going in.
The People's Republic of Samara is a product of...
Most of it does psionic powers. Pale a sticker.
Interesting. He wants you to describe it, though he already knows what it looks like.
Seems like my creation has found its way into the legal bureaucracy. A dead guy smiling. He defeated history. We are living in the age of history. Present moment, or maybe he's not dead. Simplicity was brought to us by, well, I'd call the sticker, the clothes, the music, same thing. It is. I guess one could write an entire treatise. Nah, you heard me. Yeah, gotta compare. I suck at socialising, man. Even now, I sign...
Back to the heavyweight jam. Hardcore! Hardcore! Hardcore to the mega! Internally coherent. Good morning, yeah! 1, 2, 3, Yakokata, the place to be! Yakokata is a hard...
Yakokata is an abbreviation from the Guardian, an intricate system of irrigation networks pockmarking the Earth.
Hi again. So, how things going? Yes? What's the deal? What kind of a hit?
An audio shortfall, you say? Yes, we've got some serious range on this baby. Goodbye, officer.
The mother of humanism stands above you.
Yes, what is it?
An old door, worn by elements, guards the depot. The wind has blown.
Yes?
Nothing has changed.
The sea's gonna calm down soon. I can feel it. The wind is turning southeast. What's on your mind, officer? Oh, that's good to know, I guess. Why is it in the sea? This calls for a funeral, if you ask me. Aye. Feels deserved, don't you think? Fallen in the line of duty. And why so?
Life World. Someone's been reading up on last century Gotvaldian philosophy.
Oh yeah? You won't even be able to get it out of the water before early June. And where are you gonna bury it? Take it from someone who's been through a few funerals.
That's all we have time for right now anyway. Come back here in June and see how you feel about it then. It's not like it's going anywhere. Yes, that is a pity. But for now, let's focus on...
You like the Capri funeral idea?
Oh? Who? Well, how can I assist you then, officer?
Hello, hello. Let me know if I can help you with anything. Sure thing. My apologies, officer.
A needle in a haystack. There is nothing you can do about it now. You'll just have to hope you
She didn't seem like a policeman. Although she kept referring to herself, truth be told.
Right, so let me get this right. You sold your sidearm, issued by...
Miraculously, his face does not reveal what's happening inside.
You're right that she could cast aspersions on the Force. We have to find her.
You were adamant about getting rid of it, officer. Said you were under... And I don't like keeping guns around the shop for long. Off the charts vote on a mission.
He's not telling you the whole story. It seems he's trying to spare you.
You weren't quiet. You were very distraught. You said the gun was a threat to your life and that you can't trust yourself with it. When I said that I don't normally buy firearms, you put the gun barrel in your mouth and sort of sucked on it.
You sucked on a gun? Good. Very normal.
$15 real.
The lieutenant looks from you to Roy, and then this has got to be the most. There's pity there too, in case you didn't notice.
No apologies necessary, officer. Sure, man.
Everything's still cool here, officer.
Me? It's a...
This man probably comes from Seaguy, sometimes known as the Apricot Suzerainty, an archipelago in the Samaran Isola. Apricot Suzerainty calls to mind an era when the Seaguy archipelago was colonized by Revachol. It's a bit of a slur, in other words.
Very cool. I admire your awareness of our intertwined histories. It's super nice of you to apologize for colonialism, but the Apricot Suzerainty is a shithole. That's why I left. That's so cool, officer. Speaking of... The shine on these sunglasses lasts a lifetime, officer. 100% guaranteed.
No luck.
Oh, that visor is perfect for you, officer. You don't like it? Sure, Square Joe. No problem.
The speakers below are banged up and worthless. The sneakers triumph over them. They're the star of the show here. These once respectable speakers have been
No, don't look at the speakers, officer. Look at the sneakers. The sneakers are the stars here. No, don't pity them, officer.
Samaran trash. That sounds like they're from the Samaran people. These once
No, don't look at the speakers, officer. Look at the sneak. Then look at them again. These are the
These once
No, don't look at these, officer. These speakers are...
Samaran trash. That sounds like they're...
No way, officer. These aren't for sale. They're bad speakers. Low-fi socialist junk. Well, but see, they are the pedestal for my sneakers. If, on the other hand, you wanted to buy the sneaker...
Damn. So you have to buy the sneakers first.
You keep coming...
Save the economy? That sounds off.
Haven't you heard, officer? We've got to be economically conscious. Recycle... Very cool. The econ...
The tear machine stands. Your bottles clunk into the... A lorry stuck in the traffic jam. The windows are clear.
Right to work!
Hola, Wandering Man. How can I help you? You know, serious business.
He's a chatty guy.
The unpromising race pupil returns. I am not the first line of defense. The hardy manlets are on the pay of... Now leave me be.
Looking for something odd?
come to tell me to it's about not the most popular topic nowadays, with the coalition in charge and all. You might suit yourself, officer. Hide your face in the sand if you so wish.
Behind the dock, the men are talking, but you swear you hear those black limbs tap on the window as the wind blows. There's a little slight, you're not so sure about that.
Yeah, your mother.
It's not a very good mother joke, but the room still laughs. Something about those mother jokes just works. Nothing, just black tangles like the hair of an old. You see a heavy steel, the old cobalt paint. The man ponders his cooking utensils and
Can I help you?
What is this thing? What, the interior decorating kind? You know, I'm sorry. This is I can fix it to the plaque and have a new bird in the establishment, I guess? So, I don't know. Thank you.
people just don't know how to accept gifts, especially taxidermy. He likes it. He likes. This was mostly about the fucking cardio.
I feel good about our work here today. It's all about...
It's not actually about that, but...
Yes? What is it? Of course I'm with him. Why do you ask?
And you look like you don't bathe, on principle.
Please, let's not turn this into another exchange, okay? Of course I'm with him.
Well, he's not. He's a sack of shit barely kept together by crazy glue.
Please, let's not turn this into another exchange, okay? I don't...
Don't say anything, Judith.
I'm just looking out.
No one. I'm just a man with sunglasses. And you are?
Yes. A policewoman who just wants to do her job. That's all. I don't...
Don't say anything, Judith. Me? No. I'm just a man.
Okay.
I'm just looking out.
No one. I'm just...
I just want to do my job. That's all.
Again? I can't believe this shit. About what? You don't look like a cop. You know what you look like. Oh, well, go solve your case then. That would count as trying hard.
He didn't answer your question.
No.
No, he doesn't.
If I wasn't clinically depressed, I'd burst out laughing. But I'm gonna go with no right now. Actually, I don't...
Come on, Jean.
Okay, say things. I...
Hear that? He wants you suddenly, out of nowhere, case related.
So, do you know who hanged him? Yeah, I can see that. I don't know. Why?
It's like you felt it would be intellectually stimulating and would lead somewhere. A custom who knows why we do the things we do? Somehow bound. You know what? It must be because he's buff. He looks like he...
Oh my god, there's more. You want something more? Okay, why not? Let's do the old thing over again. So, do you know who? Yeah, I don't know. Oh my god, there's...